So the next English book is That Child Is Me. That Child Is Me by Claver Irakoze. And the young person who read the book is Tracy Rushingabigwi. Tracy Rushingabigwi. Bigwi.
Everyone.
Rushingabigwi. Sorry, I don't
Okay,
speak Kinyarwanda, so I mash up names.
it's okay.
Yeah, so tell us about the book, if you can quickly summarize it, and then what you got from it.
Um, so hi, I'm Tracy Rushingabigwi. Um, I'm speaking from Ottawa in Canada. So this is the book, That Child Is Me by Irakoze Clever. So basically the book is about the whole journey of Claver Irakoze in the genocide. Who was born in a family of 5 kids. So it was a Sunday morning. Usually they went to church and had fun and came home. They would help with they had a big garden. They would help his mom. He would help his mom, and some of his siblings would help to do the garden and stuff. So when it was a Sunday morning, the dad told him to put on uniform and go to school. And like he was confused, like because other Sundays he would go to church and meet his friends, but this Sunday was different. So he went to the school, and when heading out, going to school, he saw a really group of noisy people, and they were like screaming, saying, "We're going to do the job. We're going to do the job. Let's kill," in Kinyarwanda. And he was scared. He was with his siblings. He was with siblings, and they were all scared. When they reached at school, they spent there a really long time there. So, and as time passes, he once went out. He went out and he went to search for water because he was thirsty, and they would give them some biscuits, and like it wasn't. There were a lot of people in the school, so it wasn't full enough for them. So he went, and a really long time passed. They have his big sis came and said, there is peace in our country. The Inhotanyi came and saved us. And yeah, so the Inhotanyi came, they saved him and his siblings. They are all alive, as five of them. But unluckily, his mom and dad, they're all gone. So yeah.
So how did you feel about the story itself? And it's a children's book, right?
Yeah, it's a children's book. It's like 20 something pages. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's interesting. Like that kind of story, very heavy story, told through a child's eyes. What are your thoughts?
So like the book is not really scary, as like that's my opinion, but I think it's something good because everyone, like every church, should know what happened in the past, should know what happened in the past about the genocide against the Tutsi in 1994. So it's a really good thing, and it's an inspiration because like when you tell your child about like about the story, he or she is going to be inspired. Like she's going to feel like I want to know more. Yeah. So yeah, that's why.
So you have a question for the author, but before that, I'm going to ask the author to come on and introduce themselves, tell us where they're calling in from, and you know, the book itself, and
Hello,
then their
everyone.
thoughts on what they heard. Yes. Hi, Clavier.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for the feedback from the reader. Well, my name is Claver Irakoze. I survived the genocide against the Tutsi when I was 11. Today, I'm a parent of 2. My daughter is 11. My son is 9. So pretty much the same age I was during the genocide. And my passion went into parenting, pretty much into how do we transmit memories of our past to the next generation, bearing in mind that it is very traumatic, and therefore we have to do our best to minimize the trauma we can pass on. And that's where the idea came to start with the children's book, which was preceded by a music video that is also animated in such a way that children watching it are able to navigate through, I would say, three main times: blissful memories before the genocide, then the dark period of the genocide, and then life today. And the idea was to be able to start navigating this journey with children in their young age, because I believe when we bring them on board when they are 15, 16, for me it's too late. And we find ourselves trying to correct some misinformation that they receive from the community, maybe from school, from the internet, and so on. So That Child Is Me is my story, but told in a child-friendly way. And I'm very happy that one of the feedback was that the book is not, the story is told in a way that is not scary. That was really a positive feedback. And it is true, when you read the story, you ask yourself more questions. So when I discuss with parent, I say, this is something that can inspire you to find words to bring the very traumatizing stories we have in a more friendly way. But be ready, because the moment you open up, more questions come. So the whole idea was really to let this conversation happen in family, to let our children enjoy their rights of being children, and be with us on this journey of healing.
Yeah. Where are you calling in from?
In Kigali, it is
Oh, wow.
9:30 p.m. So
Wow. Thank you. Thank you for
yeah.
staying up and for participating. So, the question from our fabulous reader.
So I think it kind of answers, but like as the book is an inspiration of genocide against the Tutsi, but as you wrote, you didn't name Tutsi or Interahamwe, like anything like that. Why?
Claver, did you understand the question?
Hello?
Yes. Did you hear her question?
Partly. What?
Can you
Not really.
repeat?
Was she asking why?
So she's asking why you did not identify who the killers were, who the victims were, Interahamwe and Tutsi, and you didn't do that. She wants to know why.
Okay. So the book was written for children between 3 and 12. And the idea here was not really to communicate the hardship, but rather bring them on board of this journey that combines past and present memories. And I had in mind that this book shouldn't be something that shocks children. It should be something that describes events in different times. But as they grow up, they come to understand in real terms who was perpetrating the genocide and who was the victim. And this is what I tried in my second book, written for adults, entitled Transmitting Memories in Rwanda from a Survivor Parent to the Next Generation, where I pretty much discuss about my life, but also tips for parents to discuss the history of genocide against the Tutsi to young ones. So with That Child Is Me, I only wanted to kind of stimulate or motivate them to be able to learn about this person who is talking about happy moments in between the darkest moment, and then how that young child lived the aftermath till today, when the storyteller has grown up and, you know, become a parent. I remember the book concludes by saying, I like reading stories to my children, and today I'm reading this book for them. And then I say, it is a story of a child who grew up in happy moment with parents, then lost them. And the book concludes by naming it, That Child Is Me. So it is a story being told by the author, at the same time the author not appealing to be the mature person reading the story to the children, but rather the child navigating through those three key moments. So I did not want to shock them, but I wanted the conversation to happen. And this is what happens in our families anyway. And I believe, my conviction is that when we disclose our stories of the past, we shouldn't start with the shocking parts. Let us discuss life. Let us discuss these people we lost. Talk about who these people were. And as we progress, as children learn about these people, then we start to talk about difficulties we endured together, how we lost them. So it's a journey. And this being a journey, I don't see the value of starting the journey by shocking them.
Thanks for that. Can you put in the chat where people can find both the book that the young lady read and your second book, the one for the adults? And I hope our reader is satisfied with that response.
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, both of you, to Claver and to Tracy for participating.
Welcome.